Hi. So, my package from Ace1 Arms has arrived. So I haven't opened yet, and basically I made this, which which is my right hand mag release. I call the Maglev, which is a lever that pulls the magazine release to release the magazines from the Kriss Vector. So normally you'd have to come back here and hit a button right here to release the magazine. But with my Maglev, you just push this lever and it drops out for you. Ace1 Arms has made something very similar. Okay, so let's open this package from Ace1 Arms. So you can see inside, put foam in there, little package. Okay, so it comes with 2 screws, the captive plate, and the actual mag release lever mechanism. So this was one of my ideas when I was first designing my Maglev, was to make it easier for most people. I thought if I just use the existing mag catch, drill a hole, tap it, and screw this plate in there to pry it out, would be a lot easier for me to make, which never happened, than remanufacturing an entire mag catch mechanism. So let's unscrew this. Nope. All right. So to remove the upper receiver, and then it's hard to see inside here, but inside there's a spring right inside here, which I don't think you guys can see. Okay, this thing right here, that weird V-shaped thing, that's the spring. So I'm pushing the mag release, see how it moves down, and then that little metal stick is the spring that pushes it back to hold the magazine in place. So what we got to do is we have to hold the mag catch in place, deflect the spring so it can clear. There's a little pathway and you can pop it out. Ah, there we go, got it. There we go. Okay, so that's out. Now, the Ace1 Arms comes with a button that screws onto the end of here. So here's Ace1 Arms. There's this little button that's going to go onto the end right there. So you can push it from the normal side of the left side of the gun. Alright, so just as a preliminary, I have it in there. It seems to be catching on something. I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, the lever is catching on something. Oh, it's really stuck on something. There's a tolerance issue with the housing and the mag catch. So I need to remove the mag catch. I'm going to file down the channel inside, see if that fixes the problem. This opening here was just a little bit too tight for the mag release, the mag catch itself, not this lever, the mag catch sliding back and forth. It was binding, so I just took a little file, there we go, and filed the inside of it just to make it taller so that this can slide a lot easier. Okay, you can see the mag catch. Rather than moving out, it's shoving the mag catch itself is a little bit too short. So there's a potential for it to slip out of the channel and fall into the magazine well. And instead of going out through the right side hole, it's getting caught against the side of the inside of the mag well. And it's just doing that. Hopefully this will prevent it from, so as the magazine catch, you're pushing on this side, magazine falls out, right? You push this way, it falls out, and it goes back and holds onto this part. There's a potential for the magazine catch to go too far, and then this far end slips and goes inside the mag well. That doesn't happen when there's a magazine. It's only when the magazine's empty. I'm hoping this might keep it in place, but I don't see how that's possible. I've tightened it too tight. Okay, if you tighten, zoom back in, let's zoom in more. Okay, if you tighten these two screws, mostly this one, too tight, this stops working. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't over tighten this one. It'll bind the whole mechanism and make it not work. It's still sticking a little bit. There we go, nice and loose. So there is a little bit of a, don't tighten it too much. You definitely want to use Loctite. Since you're not tightening it down all the way, I would definitely use Loctite to keep that nut, the screw, from backing out. So Ace1 Arms works really well. I love the big paddle they have here. I'm not sure why there's a texturing here, but whatever. And then if you had to, you can hit this button. The one thing I would like on the Ace1 Arms, okay, I would really like it if the corners, the forward-facing corners, were rounded. They're a little bit too pointy. That's something I have to talk to them about. Have them round off those corners. And then I'm going to want to get ones that do not say Ace1 Arms. I'm going to want to put my logo, Kriss Talk, Maglev, whatever, Tactical Twinkie Eater or something. Something funny. I wanted to laser engrave it myself. So the install was a little bit of a pain in the ass. That's only because I had all these three, four different size screws. This screw down here was wrong. The little tiny Torx that you need to remove the stock magazine over enlarged button was a pain in the ass. And then getting the spring, kind of hard to see, it's not really in focus. You can sort of see this little channel here. Okay, the spring goes in. So, from reverse side, the spring snaps into that slot and goes this way. And so when you push it, it pushes it back forward. You push, it pushes back forward. So you need to move the spring over this way, and then it'll come back out of this little tiny channel. So doing it from the inside of the magazine well is a pain in the ass. What I did was I used a file, a little tapered file, to go in. So if the magazine catch goes this way and the gun's facing this way, I go in with my tip, try to use a tip to grab onto the spring. There's a narrow gap. Push it this way and then pry it out that way. It's a pain in the ass because if you use anything slippery, it's just going to slip and not do anything. So this file just had a little bit of texturing on the edge that gave a nice bit of grip to grab onto that spring inside here. It's a pain in the ass. Good luck. So next, later today, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to take this out to the range and test fire this under actual 45 ACP, because this, although it's made of 6061 CNC aluminum, it is for an airsoft gun. I don't foresee problems. The stock magazine catch, what did I do with it? The stock mag catch is made of a high-grade polymer. It's basically made by Lone Wolf Industries. One of them was. Looks just like a Lone Wolf one. So now we have a metal magazine catch, which I think is a little bit better. A little stronger, but I don't foresee any problems with it holding the magazine in place. Because the thing that's holding the magazine in is the spring, and we're still using the same spring that's inside here. The only thing you're changing is the part that's actually being moved by the spring and holding it up against this slot in the magazine. So, stay tuned. I'll see you at the range.